Hello everyone. In this tutorial, you will learn how to construct a dissolved material to dissolve this wall by using Unreal Engine. Let us take a preview of the final goal. This is what we have at the end of the tutorial. It is the whole network of the dissolved material. Before we start, let us take a look at the background of the dissolved material. The dissolved material is a kind of the technique which is widely used in either game or animation. And the core itself, it is useful to represent a kind of status changing, just like the character death, destruction effects, environmental transition, magical effects, and so on. And the techniques behind it will be by using alpha cutout, emissive edges, and in Unreal Engine it will use combining texture with opacity mask. So in this tutorial it will divide it into 3 parts, and in the first part we will create a network for repeating the texture. So this is the result what we have. The texture can be repeated based on the size of the model. It is adjustable to fit the model size. And then for the next, we will construct the network for the edge dissolve. To dissolve the edges. And finally, we will construct the network to add the edge glow. Yes. So this is what we have in this tutorial. Okay, let us move to Unreal Engine. And in this tutorial, I will use 5.7. So we just simply click the launch. After it moves into this page, we are going to choose the project. So we just need to simply click New Project. And in this tutorial, we will use a very simple blank scene. So we can click on the maybe film or video, this one, and then we choose the blank scene, and then choose your favorite project location, and then we can assign the project name, maybe wall dissolve, and then click create. Yes, it may need to take some time for Unreal Engine to prepare everything for us. I need to do some preparation before I start the tutorial, so I will go to the edit and editor preference. I want to do the setting for invert the middle mouse pan. Yep. And so it is much more easier to me. This is the middle mouse click, and this is the right mouse. So yep, this is okay for me now. And then we are going to construct a simple shape. Okay, maybe click the shape, and then I will choose a plan, put it in the middle, and then I will lock the scale. Yep, and I change the scale to 10, and a rotation in the y-axis, and then move it up. So this is my setting. Okay, film the session. Okay, like this. So this is the basic scene setup, and then I want to import texture. So I will go to add, and I will go to flap, and then in search we can type stone road. Yes, this one, and this one will be used for this tutorial. We just need to simply click add to project, and then choose the version. Don't worry, the latest one it is support 5.6, but this is okay. So the main things, the texture must include the color texture, and also a texture map. Either it is an occlusion, displacement, or bump map, which is in the grayscale. This is the one that the most important for creating the dissolve effect. And the last one, it is for the normal mapping. So we need to have these three maps. Or you can go to the website to search the texture map package, which is to include these three mapping. Okay, the color, the normal map, and also a grayscale map. Then we back to the content level. So we will start to create a material. Simply right click and then choose material. Yeah. We will give the name maybe MAT, stand for material, and then underscore. Okay, dissolve, DISSOLVE. And for our convenience, we can also create the instance, the material instance, and I just let it in the default name setting, and then we can assign the instance material, okay, to the geometry. So we can double click on the dissolve material, okay, to go into the network, and then let me make it associate to the panel, and then for the fab we can close it, okay, because we have already imported material. And then we back to the main, and then we double click on the instant one. Yeah. And for my convenience, I will change it to a plan, which is to match our model. So we can click on the save button. Remember to save everything. This one we can also change it to a plan. Yes. So, and then Control S. So this is the basic setup, and then we will start to construct the network. Okay, for this part we are going to construct the network of a repeating pattern. So the first thing we need to do is go to the blend mode. Okay, we change to the mask, and also click on the two-sided. Yep, nice. And then we go into get the texture coordinate node. We can simply press the T and left click the mouse button. Then we can have a texture sample. And also we need to import the texture coordinate. Okay, we can right click and then type texture coordinate. Yes, this one. Okay, so we can link it together, link the texture coordinate to UVs, and then the RGB to the base color. Yeah, you will see an error message over here because we haven't got the texture yet. So we will go to the texture, and then here it is none. So we click to open it, and then we choose the color, the base color. So you can see the error message is disappeared, and the texture it is previewed right over here. Nice. So in order to repeat the texture, we need to have two parameters. So we can simply press the S on the keyboard and left click the mouse. Yep. For this one, we can change it to repeat. U. Okay. Yep. And the default value, I will give it to 1. Okay, because at least we need to have 1 for the basic unit. And then I will duplicate this one. Simply, before we duplicate, we can put it a group. So we can go to the group. Okay. This group, I will give it a name. Call repeat UV. Okay, this is the group for this network, and then I just need to simply Control D to duplicate once more, and I will rename it to repeat. Maybe here, much more easy to repeat V. Yep. So now I'm going to mix these two values together. So I need to have a parent node, and we can press the tab and then type append. So I need to have a append vector, and then I will link it together. Okay. So yeah, and afterwards I need to have a multiply node. We can just simply press M and left click mouse button, then we'll have a multiply node, and then we can link these two values together. Yes, and then to repaste the UV. So we can save it first, and then we move to the instant one, and you will see there's a category over here which is represented by a repeat UV. We can click it open, and then these two parameters it is listed over here, so we can click it to switch it on. Now we can mouse on the value, click and drag it. Now it can repeat in U direction. Yeah. And then we can also try in the V direction. Very nice. We have been success to create the repeating pattern, the control of the repeating pattern for the texture. But if we want to change it together by adjust one value, so how to do it? And then we back to the material editor panel. So maybe I move it a little bit. So the trick is we'll create a switch. When it is true, okay, it can take the action to adjust the value together. When it is false, they can adjust one by one. So I need to create a switch. So tab, and then we can type static switch parameter. Okay, this one, and then I will rename it to log UV. Log UV. Yes, and I also to give the group as the repeat UV. Yeah, very nice. So I will link this one for the repeat U direct to the true. Yes. And here to replace the input. Now this is the error because I haven't linked it together. And then I will link this appended result to the false. Yep. So if in this setting, if it is true, it will just take one value only. But if it is false, it will take the appended value. So which is we can change the pattern individually. So let us test it. So let's apply and save. And now we back to the instant material. Okay, save it first. And then you will see there's a log UV parameters over here. And then we will click it on. Okay, and then click it by force. So now we can adjust one value. Okay, to move both of them. Okay, very nice. And we will keep it. If you want to adjust it one by one, you need to turn it off. Okay, so you can adjust it individually to fit the model. And I return it to the default value 1 and then click it to lock it. So remember, save the result. Before we move to the next part, let us do some grouping. So for this network, I can select it all together and then press C, okay, to give a comment. This is for repeat texture. Okay, done. So make it more tidily. Yep. And we can import the rest of the texture. So we select this one, and then we can press Ctrl D twice. Okay. So for this one, we can change the texture to the normal map, and for this one, we can change the texture for the occlusion. If you don't have the occlusion, okay, don't worry. You can use either a displacement or bump mapping. The key concept, we need to have a grayscale mapping. So we can link it together. Okay, link it to the UVs. Yeah. And we don't link it to the material right now because we still need to construct the network. So we can group them together and then press the letter C and I name it to maps. Yes. Okay, before we move to the next paragraph, there has two things we need to clarify first. The first thing is there has a typo, which is when we press the letter T and then left click on our mouse, it will have a texture sample, not the texture coordinate. That's a typo was found. And the second one, it is about the texture itself. So maybe I select this one for the example. The thing we need to double check, which is first we go to the texture window, simply double click on the texture icon. We need to check, okay, in the texture category, there is a advanced option, and right here, the tiling method, which is in the default setting, warp, okay, make sure it is in warp. If it is not in warp, there's something strange will be happen. So maybe I change it to clamp, and then I save it. So, and then I go to the material instance, you will find something like this. Okay, when we repeat the value of the texture, okay, the repeat UV, okay, if it is in 1, it's still okay. But if it it is in the value bigger than 1, you have something like this. It is very, very strange. So we need to make sure the texture tailoring method, it is in warp. So I change it back to warp, and then I save it again. Okay, and then I back to the instance. You will find that there's no problems found over here. Okay, no matter how big it is. Okay, let's move to the next paragraph to create the dissolve effect. So first I need to reset the repeat UV, and then go back to the material editor. And I found that this map, the gradient, it is not so good because the gradient step, it is too close. So I would like to enhance the brightness. Okay, so I will go to the texture setting. Here, the brightness, I will give the value about 3. Now you can see the step of the gradient, it will be much more, okay, better than the previous. So I save the texture setting. Okay, yeah, this look much more better. And then in order to create the dissolved material, I need to have a parameter. So I press S and left click, and then I rename this parameter to dissolve value. Yeah, okay, I put it over here. And then I need to have a add node and press A and click over here. So I link it together. Yep. So for this dissolve value, I will create a group for it. So the new group will be edge dissolve. Uh, some type of, okay. And well, I link it first to track the value first. Now it is nothing right over here. So I apply the effects, and then I go to the instant material. So we will have the diameter right over here. So I click on, and then to make a test. Now the value, it is 0, and then I try to increase the value. See, it was done. Okay, and maybe I leave the value like this first, and then I back to the material editor. Well, I will give the minimum value right here. Okay, maybe 0, and then the maximum will be 1 for the slider, and the default value will be 0.2. Okay, it is not enough, so maybe 0.3, 0.1. Okay, this one, it is much more better. So I save it first, apply, and save it. So now let's us to check one more thing. We're back to the material, the instant material, and now you can see the dissolve effect. It is appear from the edge, right over here. But I want to reverse it. Okay, I want the dissolve effect, it is appeared from the middle. Okay, so I need to go back to the material editor, and then add one more node. Okay, I type 1 minus, enter, and then I will create 1 minus node, and this node will help me to reverse the parameter. So I will link it to the opacity mask. Yep. And then we save it first. Okay. And then we can have a test. Now it seems okay. It will dissolve from the middle, okay, not from the edge. The dissolve it is reversed. And then we can double check and we go to the instant and then okay, let's see the result. Yes. Now the dissolve effect it is come from the middle part, not from the edge. Okay, actually it is reverse the we the dissolve effect. So we can save it and then we back to the material editor. And right over here, okay, I want to do one more thing. I want to create a switch. Okay, we can choose either dissolve from the edge or dissolve from the center. So I can use the same practice as what we did before. We can copy, okay, this node, Control D, and then I put it right over here. And I will rename it as reverse dissolve. Reverse, yes. And I will put it in the group for edge dissolve. And then I will link it together. Okay, this one is for true, and this one is for false. And then link it to the opacity mask. Yes, this is the whole network. So when it is true, it will take this value, okay, strictly. Oh, but when it is false, it will take to 1 minus value. So let's take a check. Apply it, and then we can save it. We go to the instant material. So there's an option right over here. And well, if we take, sorry, if you click this option, okay, and then click false, okay, that's it. Now you can see um, the dissolve effect it is reversed. Now it is come out from the edge, just what we did before. And if we want to it dissolve from the center, okay, what we prefer, we can switch it off, and now it will dissolve from the center. Okay, the whole effect will be reversed. Okay, very nice. So we back to the network, and then now I will tidy up the things. We select all the nodes, and then we press C to add a command. And this one I will say edge dissolve. Okay, done. Okay, now we move to the last episode. First, we need to prepare some notes for the edge grow. The first thing I would like to have a subtract node. So subtract sub this one, a subtract node. And then I would like to have a parameter to control the width. So S and then left click, and then this is for the edge width. Okay, done. And then I would like to have one for the grow color. So I will choose the plus V and then click. And this one is for the grow color. So grow, and then I will have the multiply node. Okay, plus M and left click. Done. One more parameter to control the smoothness of the grow. So I simply to duplicate this one. Okay, Control D, and then I will rename it as the grow um, smooth step. And then for the last one, I want to have a smooth step node. So tab smooth step, but be careful. There's more than one small step. I would like to have this one. Okay, so it should be in blue color, and then I select the color for the glow color. Just simply double click on it, and then I choose one for that. Maybe this one. Okay, and then I will link the network together. And first, I will link the final output of the edge dissolve, okay, to here, okay, and then link the edge width, and then the outcome will be linked to the maximum value of the smooth step. And then I link the default value to the minimum, and then finally just link them together to the multiply, and then link to the image color. Okay, done. So let us test whether it can work or not. The first thing, I will make it more bigger, and then I will test the width first. So I will go to the width value, and then for the default value. So let me make a test. Okay, okay. Yes, it works. Okay, it works. And now they have an edge to surround the dissolve, and the smooth step. This one, it is to increase more step for the glow. Now it just have one color only. Maybe we can we try to add some. Yeah. Yes, now you can see there's some colors variation over here, but it is too small. Maybe if the dissolve it is quite tiny actually. Okay, if the dissolve pieces is much more bigger, you can easy to recognize the effect. So no matter how the effect is, it is done. So we can go back to the dissolve value to test it. Okay, and first there's a nothing, and then when it execute, yeah, the whole pieces is finished. Okay, very nice. And then we can do some more things, and we will give it a group. This group we named it as edge grow. Yeah, and the rest of this one, it is also okay. This parameter, okay, edge grow, and this one it is also because I want to um, change the parameter in the instant. So last thing, I will group them all together and then press C, and this is for the edge grow. Okay, done. Yep, and then we save it, and then we go to the instant, and we have already see the effect right over here, and there's a edge grow parameters, and then we can choose the color from here. Maybe we can change another color. We need to change the color here. Yes, it is nice. Change to the this one. Yeah, we can change the color, and then we can also adjust the width, and then also we can change the smooth step color. I'm not change right here because it is so tiny, and for the last thing, I can test it. Okay, right here. So everything dissolve, and then dissolve. So the whole effect, it is done. Okay, and then I save it. We go back to the material editor, and for the last one, you can enable the normal map. So we can link the normal map RGB to the normal. Yeah. Okay. So all the thing is finished, and we save it. And back to the main. Yeah, you can see the effect right now. It seems rotate. Let me check it. So it should be something like this. It is it seems rotate 90 degrees in the x-axis. So maybe 90 degrees. See? Sorry, it should be 160. Yeah, should be this one. F. Okay. So this is the end of the video. Okay, thank you very much. Bye bye.